Welcome back, everybody. Map number 2 of this best of 3. Again, we're in the RGN Pro Series here at the European region, and this is the quarterfinals, the third of 4 quarterfinals, as the only one that we have left is going to be Epsilon versus G-Play, so that will be coming up in due time. But now on Inferno, we can see that Dignitas will start on the CT side, as it is Peter's map choice, and be interesting to see what Peter comes up with. I know that this is a strong map for them, but I do believe that Dignitas, it's a pretty strong map for them as well. So, it'll be interesting to find out how this goes. Pissed around again, underway, and it looks like it's going to be the T side looking towards top mid, but they leave the bomb at T stairs.
And an easy push banana to mid, got a pick in the process. Bomb's going to be now with Jimka going banana. MSL is going to meet him head on in the smoke as Spiker's going to rotate around CT spawn. It looks like Jimka is going to walk right past him. MSL does get him with the USP. He'll fall back. Banana bombs down, and Kirby's coming up behind to defend that bomb. Spiker runs through MSL, just doing ninja tricks at this point. Getting 2 kills through the smoke. Might as well have a holographic suit or something. Insane. Nice job. And now Dignitas is going to be up 1-0.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think of what Peter was trying to do there. They leave the bomb, and I think it was only Jimka with the bomb on his back, and everybody else moves top mid, creates, I guess, a lot of noise, and then they just decide to go back down after maybe Jimka gets a pick from someone rotating through banana. It was an interesting strat, but came down to no one really getting picks at mid and such, and you know, without a bomb plant, they're just going to force up in this round, go with Tech 9 armor, at least on 3 of their members, Spiker and Waylander. Not able to afford such, or sorry, my mistake, only Waylander not able to afford such luxury, but they take into mid here, and Nico's able to find one. Jimka able to find one of his own as well as they make their way into the bomb site. Still have one to deal with in pit, that's Kirby, but will get dropped. So 2 on 3 is they're going to get the bomb planted. They're going to deal with Jimka inside of the pit. Face crack, though, proving to be difficult, but he will eventually go down. So they make an expensive one. 3 frags and a bomb plant, not bad at all. Kind of puts them back at levels, economically speaking, that they were at previous. As, of course, when you're buying up in those rounds, you do want the round win. But, again, it's at least better than going in and having no frags and no bomb plant. So at least a little bit of silver lining is now Dignitas going with full rifles across the board. Peter, obviously, still saved territory after losing that last one.
Yeah, they pretty much got refunded for their last round, unable to capitalize on it. Bomb down, though, as you mentioned, was at least the safe measure, and they barely got it down at that. Their CT was about 2 steps away from crushing that dream, but regardless, on this save, it looks like they're going to be working picks abroad. 2 banana, 3, 2 out mid, 1 middle, as MSL will find one from banana, takes down Jimka. Some action mid, bomb there as well by Facecrack, as they're just kind of working a mixture of apartments and alternative mid. And MSL finds another kill. Kirby finding one as well. It's 2 on 5. Last 2 standing are Waterfalls and Facecrack. 1 banana. AZ gets him with, MSL actually gets him with the M4 from the opposing side. And it's going to leave Facecrack by Haystacks. And that was just kind of not even a back and forth, more so just a slow bleed for Peter, as they'll now be down 3-0. But they will see their first gun round.
They will see their first gun round indeed, as we see the AKs come out onto the field. And Dignitas, they make it through that round without losing a single member, which, of course, pretty darn good for their economy. They're not at a good setup quite yet. You can see that 4,400 on their richest player, which is MSL, and the rest are definitely further behind. So, big round for both sides. In that Dignitas, again, they still have a little bit in their economy. Could maybe get a forced buy-in if they lose this round. It would be a risky one, though. Peter not in the same territory, as they've got nothing left in their bank account. And at the moment, Jimka poking and prodding up banana just a little bit. But smoke comes down at car from the CT side. They need behind it as well. And Kirby, he's going to find the first blood in the round. Takes down Waylander as he was attempting to come up truck side. I believe he was truck side. I missed that one, I'm not going to lie, but nonetheless, oh yeah, there's his dead corpse, as Facecrack was actually in a position where could have got a frag in, but oh, MSL and Pimp. Great crossfire there, as now Spiker left in a 1v5, and quite honestly, this is kind of what I expected a little bit of. We talked about it during the break, just in our own time. Myself and Bishop talking about how just Dignitas very well coordinated. And the fact that they're starting on the CT side, Peter needs to come up with some big rounds early on. Otherwise, we're going to see their morale drop pretty quickly here, as, again, Dignitas is just a hard shell to crack.
Absolutely, and what is this? I'm gonna make fun of myself forever if this is wrong, but what is it? The best defense is a good offense, or is it vice versa from that? But
I think that's the term. Best defense
I
is
hope
good
it
offense.
is. It sounded right. It sounded right. But that's what Dignitas seems to be doing. Their aggressive stance of banana just kind of leaves Peter having to walk on eggshells through this map, and they're clearly not getting the advantage when it comes to hitting shots. Dignitas lands them on their back before they get a chance. Speaking of which, 3 are already dead for Peter, and it's now 2-on-5. Eco or not, they didn't lose a man in the last 2 rounds, and it looks like that's going to be the same situation again. All 5 still standing. Peter now with a 5-round deficit, and they should be able to buy. It looks like yes, ops in hand. So, what do you think at this point, Sprawl, they need to do to try and capitalize on this opportunity to finally find themselves on the board and make a comeback in this?
That's an interesting question, just because I don't know what they need to do. I'm gonna be honest with you, and because Dignitas is such a flexible defensive CT side team, one look that they give you on one round, again, they've got so many different ways they can work on the CT side that even if you see something in one round, the next could be completely different. And it looks like they're gonna go for some banana play on this T side. And even though we've got the classic defense on banana from the CT side where they drop that smoke very deep down and 2 incendiaries go down in a way that it just makes it so difficult, but somehow they managed to make it through the fire and the flame without losing all their hit points. And now taking into the B bomb side, we see Spiker with a frag there. AZ able to take down Spiker as they enter in, though. He's going to hold a passive angle here from guard, takes down Waterfalls, leaves Face Crack in a 1v3. This is going to be very difficult for him as he, oh wow,
John Elway.
The nade just decimates Face Crack, and that's actually a pretty good name for him, as his face was kind of cracked wide open with that nade, but the pun's terrible nonetheless. Dignitas move up 6-0. Just insane start to their CT half.
Yeah, that nade landed right in his shoe, and I agree with you completely with Dignitas, because every move they make on this map, or just like on Overpass, it's very fluid defensively. I see them make few mistakes, and at this point, with now down 6, and they'll be buying obviously AKs in hand at this point, but I'm at a loss. If I was asked what I feel they need to do to try and turn this around, it also just the basic fundamental of hitting the shot first seems to come to mind, because Dignitas seems to get the first pick and snowballs, but Jimka heard me, finds one. Nico will fall. Pimbanzer's back, though, with 2, and that's the trades we've seen time and time again for Dignitas, as now it's 4-on-3 with 1:18 to go.
Yeah, they lose a player, Nico, at Banana, as he's doing a really risky play, to be honest. He was standing in a Molotov at car, slowly inching forward, just hoping that eventually, again, you don't drop a Molotov at car and you not push with it. And usually you're going to see a terrorist show up in good time. So he waits for that, but ends up going down. But at the same time, we've got Pimp and his counterpart. They're basically, they work that tag team in backhauls. But Peter able to get control of the B bomb site, enough to get the bomb set, and quite honestly, this is looking like their best chance in a while as we see Kirby go down to a nade. So 2-on-2 as MSL finds one of his own. No, Spiker! I missed it, but he team killed. He took down Jimka. I think he was firing through the smoke, hoping to find a frag, and almost connects. Actually does connect. Takes down MSL as he was trying to get that bomb defused, but Pimp still with a kit in hand finds a frag in the end. And although it is an expensive one, those 3 rounds in a row that Dignitas didn't lose a single member, they can afford to have a 1v1 there.
Exactly, and yeah, I mean, it was a good shot though on his team. I'll give him that through the smoke. It was a good burst, especially with the little DR that's built into it. But I will mention, and it's something is lame to bring up, is a simple KD ratio. But for Peter, obviously, Jimka's got 6 and 7, but every person on his team had aside from that 1 and 7 across the board, other than Waylander, who's got a goose egg. So as a team, they need to come together and collectively start working this map a bit better, trying to find the offense they desire and follow through with it to get on the board. Because with only, what is that, 9 kills collectively through 7 rounds, you're not going to be doing much on the scoreboard. Nico and MSL both find kills. It's 2-on-5. This is every round we've seen so far. AZ finds another kill now, 1-on-5, leaving just Face Crack, who's sitting in Boiler. He's going to run into Nico with the op, gets legged, and the grenade is the cherry on top. Pimp gets the kill, 8-0, and this is getting out of hand pretty quickly.
It certainly is, and like you were suggesting, at this point, go back to the basics for Peter. Just try and work refrags, try and work together, and make sure that if something occurs where you lose a teammate, you're at least there to get that refrag in. So Want to go for those trade kills. Very critical on the T side. And that's something that you can see start to fall apart on a team that is getting brutally battered. Because you stop listening to the calls and you start trying to put yourself in good positions. And when that happens, the team mentality kind of goes out the window in some regards. And you just, again, focus on your individual play. Nice shot from Nico there as he holds arch side. But he is going to get traded off. There we go. So the trade frag comes in. Spiker able to make good use of his teammate dying, as they're going to try and wrap around arch side, but it's Kirby and Pimp to put down two of them. Now it's only the truck side players as they battle against Kirby inside of the pit. They are able to take down MSL, and again, they're focusing heavily on Kirby, but from behind. The flank comes in, and now Jimka left on a 1-on-2. He actually does deal with Kirby, but eventually AZ takes his head off, and that's going to be another round. It was at least a little closer, and again, they get those trade frags in, but Dignitas at this point, they're so confident that you could see how quickly those players from top mid ended up coming in on the flank. They're just really respecting each other's calls and making sure that they're quick to move in that respect.
Absolutely, and I think I love, if I may point out this basic fundamental as well, I'll just be the John Madden of this cast, but the slow play by Kirby there when his teammates were rotating, he didn't play the hero. For those new and you're on a team, don't play the hero. Allow your teammates to rotate. It makes moderate rounds easy for you to pick up onto the scoreboard, and they did a great job stalling, or Kirby did a great job stalling for his teammates to wrap around Speedway, get those 2 kills, and the round on top to remain flawless in this first half. And it's 4-on-5 at this point. Waylander got dropped. Bomb was working towards mid. Face crack with that Galil. I think that's the answer. They all just need to buy Galils. Finds a kill on Nico. And it's now, at this point, even 4-4 with 1:04 left to go in this round.
Spiker pushed up in back halls. They've got the bomb on Waterfalls, and he's posted up mid. Gonna swap out a scout for an op, and wow, what a shot. MSL given a little bit of his model to be seen through that smoke, and now they're going to try and take onto this A-bomb site. Kirby once again anchored down at pit, and like you had stated, not trying to be necessarily a hero, just trying to buy time if they approach him too closely, and like he did there with Jimka. He's going to take him down, but otherwise just circling and waiting. Oh, finally, though, he decides to take the peek. Maybe not the timing he required, as AZ is going to go down. Waterfalls with a nice op frags there to finish the round, and that's where maybe Kirby did get a little bit antsy. He could have waited a little bit longer for AZ to come around the corner and make sure it's constant 2-on-1 rather than him jumping up a truck. That being said, though, I don't think Kirby expected Waterfalls to hit that shot as he jumped up on the truck. It was a nice one. Waterfalls, big clutch for him. Finally, Peter put one on the board.
Yeah, I don't even think he knew that Waterfalls could hear his teammate rotating mid, so him being outside of the side on the walkway towards Library even threw me off when he jumped up on the Speedway. But yeah, ignore that round. Focus on the last round where he stalled for his teammates correctly. And still, at this point, Galil for Jimka, they're just kind of scraping together what they can at this point. Early one down, Waterfalls will fall. Waylander answers back, though, with the Tech 9. And MSL will find him as well. Now, 4-on-3. Bomb was stationed a little bit passive banana towards team mid. Thought it was a little closer than that. MSL with 16 HP is going to jump up by Sandbags, kind of on that wagon, waiting for the peak. Face Crack will jump out. He'll spray, miss. Face Crack answers back for his team, gets the kill. Now 3-on-3, and it's going to leave the Bomb and one other, as Bomb's currently positioned with Spiker walking banana towards Car, and it's going to allow Dignitas to decide if they're going to wrap or stay, and it looks like they're going to stay. Positioned 1 on mid. Looks like one finally will rotate B, and it's going to leave Kirby by himself. His teammate rotating is going to come back arch side, and it's going to be a 3-on-2 while they walk in. Jimka finds the kill. Great job. Finds him Speedway. They're going to be able to walk in, plant, and now have a 3-on-2. It's not often they find a man advantage in this map. Face Crack finds another kill. Takes down Pimp, so now 1-on-3. And Nico has done some magical work with this op so far, so let's see if he can find a highlight round in all of this.
1-on-3, playing from Library. Right now he is smoked off at Moto, so I got a feeling he might actually just save this weapon, being that their economy, it's all right. And of course, if he can take away any weapons, that would be fantastic as well, as he slowly lurks around arch side. But again, no aggressive teas as of yet. Looks like they're going to send their full hit point player. It's going to be Spiker. He just lives inside of the pit here, as that is a safe post-plant situation, and all the players do live on that T side. So Peter, they bring in the second round, and of course that is super critical, as their economy would have been really busted up if they didn't win that round after the first one they put on the board. So now they're chunked away at the economy of the CT side. Dignitas kind of reaching into their bank account here. So they still have 4,800 on Nico, but not to say the same about the rest of the Dignitas lineup. So, Peter, they have an opportunity to kind of come back in this half and create that formidable T side that they're hoping for. So, when do they go in the round? They just kind of go for a spread-out approach, it looks, as Pimp going to get aggressive here once again with Kirby right behind as they try and push up back calls. FaceCrack able to trade, though. And, of course, that's an important part, as Kirby actually almost went down as well, dropped out of back calls with 13 HP.
So now he's positioned Big Pit 4-on-4. I was interested to see why Waylander was even looked boiling side in the first place with his teammate on stairwell, unless he was looking window room. But yeah, he got blindsided pretty quickly. But yeah, as you mentioned, a good trade. Kirby fell back Big Pit. He definitely cost him. Now he's down to 13 HP, still stationed back there. Nico in sight waiting for them. Nico with that op still that we've seen so frequently. Kirby finding another kill. Clutch shots by him all game. And MSL will answer with one. Spiker getting two before he's taken down by Kirby, who just will not die. 9 HP as Waterfalls is going to be last alive, sitting Speedway with an op, just kind of crab walking his way to victory. Now behind Kirby, as he, I believe, saw him, but just didn't take the shot. Now he's focusing back on sight. Finds one up top, misses the shot. Kirby's going to jump up and try and take him out. Still has 100, and he'll fall back T-mid and try and wrap B. I'm not sure. He's only got 16 seconds at this point.
I think he's just barely got enough time to make it over to this B bomb site. Not if he slows down at all, though, as you can see him just putting the Nikes on here, and AZ's going to spot him going for that plant at Grill, so Kirby going to rotate in, and I don't... What? Okay, he comes off the bomb plant. I think he maybe expected both of them to be there, but that's a big question mark for me.
Yeah, can someone in chat logically explain why he did that for me? That'd be great.
Because the only other way to win the round, he had enough time to get that bomb planted. Of course, he could have suspected that he was close enough to CT in that situation that he wouldn't have even got the bomb planted, hence going for the frag instead. But I would have liked to see him just get that bomb set and then try for the frags thereafter. But he's got other ideas, and it's not going to result in a round victory. So they lose that one. You can see that keeping that op, they will buy around it. FaceCrack with only a Tech 9 and some nades in hand, and obviously the CT side still able to get everything their heart desires in terms of equipment. Lander dropped early on. Nico finds another. KRB to follow it up. 2 Ts left alive with still a minute 10 left on the clock, and looks like Dignitas back to their winning ways as Peter, they got those 2 rounds in, but Dignitas looking to make sure that those were the only 2 rounds.
Yeah, it doesn't take long to remember who you are after falling to an 0-2 run by Peter, but they'll find, like you mentioned, a 2-0 run of their own. I'm still trying to piece together last round. The only thing I can think of logically is that he was under the impression that it was a 1-on-1, not a 2-on-1, but I would assume he's above that. That's a mistake I would make.
Right, like that's, yeah.
But I mean, at this rate, it's an eco for Peter here in the 14th round. Not much room for error trying to find an answer for their first half woes. I'm sure they'd love to win out, and an eco would definitely help with the confidence factor, but I would not put money on it. MSL finds a kill early on. They're going to be going, hey, Kirby, Nico, all there. It's an annihilation of the morale of Peter through that little motion, as it's going to be 12-2, all 5 dead in a matter of moments.
Yeah, and the quick flank coming in from MSL and the banana players there, just the no respect play in some regards, but they know that they're on pistols and such, so can take some chances like that. And now, Peter, final round of the first half. Can they make it to 3, or are we going to see a 13-2 scoreline? And again, Dignitas, we saw what they're capable of on their T-side on overpass. It's pretty darn coordinated here on Inferno as well, so definitely, Peter, in my eyes, requires this round, and they're going to try and work up Banana here. A nice pop flash, but it's actually just going to be Jim Cut FaceCrack able to take them down. I don't even think that pop flash white screen anybody, but they find 4 frags super quick. My goodness. And Kirby gets dropped at the very end there. So, quite honestly, that was very quick round. Hard to really recall what even happened. They were coming up Banana, just took on that B-bomb site very quickly. So, Peter, they at least get 3 on the board. But moving on to their CT half again, Dignitas, strong team on the T side of Inferno. So we'll see how things go. And again, if you were a betting person, we got eBettle odds. If you guys are interested in betting real money, definitely check out eBettle, as the odds for this match were 1.16 For Dignitas, 4.65 for Peter, meaning that if you placed $1 on either side, you would get that number as a result. So heavy favorites was Dignitas coming into this, and you can kind of see why. I still thought I would see a little bit more fight out of Peter here, as when they show up, they've got some really stellar aim, but as we're kind of seeing the coordination from Dignitas, even if they lose those one-on-one aim duels once in a while, their teamwork makes up for the rest.
Right, and as we discussed the odds too, and I've been shocked by community beliefs before through different betting systems to think that, oh, they have 70% favorite, no way they're going to lose, and they do. So those surprises happen, but Peter still trying to work on that surprise, finds 2 kills early. Dignitas answers back with 3 of their own, leaving just Facecrack and Spiker left. And Pimp says, no, actually, Facecrack is dead. My apologies, Pimp. You're right. He is dead in Library. 1 on 3. Bomb planted A. Last alive is going to be Spiker sitting Speedway, as with a P2000 finding 1 in Graveyard. And that one will be Kirby, who will get the kill. And Dignitas, again, I used the reference cherry on top before, finding that with the second half pistol round, as they'll now be 3 rounds away from winning this match.
Yeah, very close to closing it out here, and I'm actually surprised that Dignitas decides to go with the SMG buy, because you've got to imagine that Peter wants to get the momentum back in their favor, hence them going for the pistol armor play. So I would have liked to see maybe the hard read from Dignitas that they would go for this, but at the same time, the confidence on Dignitas, they might even read that and still just want to go with the SMGs because, again, more economy, not really worried too much about the play coming out from the CT side. So, yeah, we got MSL will frag his own teammate, but other than that, finding quite a bit of success here on this A-bomb site. Only Spiker and Facecrack left, and they're going to be taken towards top mid. Pimp should be able to blindside them, but not able to actually land at all there. So 2-on-2 as they're trying to take up onto the A-bomb site.
Yeah, both going Speedway. Pimp did kind of fail on that flank, but it's okay. You've got a lead, so it doesn't really matter. Nico's going to find one truck side. That Spiker midair tries to go Batman on that. Ooh. Spiker, are you kidding me? Where did that come from? 2 big kills in the site, and there is the first eco we have seen out of these 2 maps to keep themselves in at 13-4. Pat yourself on the bikes, or bike.
On the bike.
Spiker, addiction is key here.
Good stuff from Peter to and Spiker specifically to pick up that round, so they do bring one back in their favor, and we could see, though, that Dignitas able to, with the amount of economy left, actually get 3 AKs onto the field. Similar situation, obviously, Peter winning that round. They've got enough to get 4 rifles, 3 from us, 1 M4A1S, and an MP7 on Waterfalls, and it's the strategy here for the T side. It looks like they are going to be moving up Banana fairly quickly. They leave Pimp still back towards T Apartments. I imagine he's just waiting for the flank, but it is MSL to go down immediately as Spiker going to take him out. He's playing from the CT cross as they will drop a smoke, but looks like as they're trying to make some of this noise, pull some players over, they are hinting that they're going to go back towards mid and A as they're now vacating, only leaving AZ and Banana.
Yeah, and Jimka and Waylander are waiting for them in the A site. Waterfalls is sitting arch side mid. Kirby finding a kill, takes down Jimka. It's going to leave 2 in the A site with 3 there. Of the remaining 3, of course, as they're going to work into A. Waterfalls is going to rotate back into the site. Kirby is going to go Apartments. He's down to 4. Sorry, it's so little HP, didn't even see him on the map. 4 in Apartments, and he'll be sitting up top waiting. Waylander finds one with the FAMAS. Now it's 3-on-4. I don't know if Kirby counts considering his HP quantity. AZ finds one in B. It gets 2 actually. One with the Tech 9, one with the FAMAS. And that's going to put them in a bit of a conflict. Nico finds one with the AK. Now 3-on-1. It's all down to Waylander. Bomb is down on his position with 20 seconds left. So they've got to come to him, and they do. Kirby with the 4 HP and all the time in the world drops out of Apartments or goes Boiler, gets the kill. And Dignitas finds the round 14-4.
Yeah, Peter really needed to pick that one up if they wanted some sort of comeback, but Dignitas, you could see that they're in that late round scenario. They realized, for example, KRB super low. They got to work some good positional play, and sending one player into CT spawn and having him flank around. I believe that was Nico from Library, able to get one of the rotators and their frags in B and just across the board. Ended up winning all those duels and making it work good for themselves. So, now Dignitas, 2 rounds from closing things out. They've got CTs just force buying here, going with some upgraded pistols. They've got a scout on Waterfalls, but to the going to be AZ and Nico opening up onto the B-bomb site. Still in mid, we see Kirby taking down one with the deagle of Waylander. It does come out to play momentarily for getting dropped by Pimp. So Waterfall's left on a 1-on-4 with a scout in hand. He's going to have to hit some shots here. Finds the first. Will tag up AZ as well, but the downside to that scout requires 2 shots to the body and couldn't get that second shot off in time. So 15 rounds for Dignitas, 1 away from closing things out. And again, moving into the semifinals of our upper bracket here, the RGN Pro Series.
And Peter's going to have to put together a garage sale to try and come up with enough scratch to actually buy good weaponry. It looks like it's going to be deagles across the board, maybe a preference pick aside from that, from what I can see, a 5.7 or 2. But it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to hold off the offensive of Dignitas with such minimal hardware, but we've seen it before. Spiker especially doing some magic tricks last round. Waterfalls opens it up. I guess if it's not a Galil, it's going to be a deagle. Finds Pimp early on, 4-on-5. Here comes more action in mid. AZ and MSL both there working up. Nico drops out of Boiler. He'll spam the deagle through, picks up an M4, and it's still in a side bomb there going apartments in this 4-on-5, what could be the last round of this matchup.
Kirby going to try and jump in a pit there. It doesn't work out for him, and now it's a 2-on-4. There's definite advantage for the CT side as AZ still working up in apartments. Oh, nice shot there from Waylander. Now only MSL. And he's stuck in pit. He's going to take down Waterfalls. Knows he's got one above him to deal with. Spiker very low playing inside of Library. And this is still a winnable round for MSL in that he's damaged these players. Nice nade as well. Takes Waylander down to 26. So 2 players are damaged enough that he could take them down within a matter of milliseconds. Face Crack's the one that he's really got to worry about. And one issue is that he's running out of time here with 30 seconds left. Spiker's going to peek out. Now MSL knows exactly where he's at. Takes him down with a headshot. He's going to rotate all the way over to B here. FaZe Crack is going to have to throw his, use the Nike reference already, his Adidas in this situation as he's going to go through CT spawn. And if MSL picks this up, this is going to be an ace for himself. So that would be pretty massive here from the in-game leader for the Dignitas lineup as he gets the bomb set and falls off towards the back of site. Dark spot here is FaZe Crack. Gotta peek him out, but MSL with the Tech 9 ends the match in very, very convincing and flashy fashion for himself. 5K.